They became dependent on them, right? And then the policy says, oh, well, we're going to start restricting opiates. People got sued. And then they're like, okay, well, now we have this opiate money. We're going to start cracking down on opiate prescriptions, right? And so what happened? People said, well, opiates shouldn't be prescribed anymore. Everyone needs to come off of opiates. Kaiser actually created this protocol that everyone that was on opiates needed to come off of opiates. And if you weren't on an opiate, then you need to be put on buprenorphine, which is one of the opiate medications, right? And that opiate medication, right, was the only option. Well, it turns out some people did respond very well to opiates. But the truth about the literature, it's all biased. 100% of it's biased, right? So when I told someone whose partner was using opiates and was very well managed on opiates, that there was a study that showed that NSAIDs were just as effective as opiates for the outcomes for pain management, right? What did that do to my colleagues? Right? Oh, well, I only need to use NSAIDs because NSAIDs are just as good as opiates. But there's no study that says 100% of people respond to NSAIDs.
Yeah.
Right? There's no study that says 100% of people respond to opiates. It turns out the number needed to treat, right? We don't look at that number enough, but the number needed to treat for NSAIDs is 3. That means you need to treat 3 people to have one person have the outcome you're looking for. That means 2/3 of people are not going to have the outcome. 2/3 of people are not going to be treated well with NSAIDs, right? Well, opiates, it's 1 in 4. That means 25% of people are going to respond well to opiates, right? That means 75% are not, right? The reason why not everyone finishes their opiates and why grandma still has opiates left at home, because 75% of people are not going to respond well. And she probably responded to the NSAID or the Tylenol or just grin and bear it because, we were tougher in previous decades.
I think one of the things too is greed. I think doctors prescribe medications because they're invested.
They made money.
And to certain pharmaceuticals. So, I think greed play a part. But I want to go back to Dr. Robinson if I can, and it just kind of.
Excuse me, I'm running to the restroom.
Yeah, and kind of talk about some of the kids that's in the school system that you work, because those are the kids that I really take to heart, like what was it, Boys in the Hood, I think was, when old boy was, what's his name, was looking out the window and he was teaching his son. He said, see those kids over there, those the ones you don't want to be like, So I'm saying that you see these kids on a daily basis. How would you rate the mental health situation around
Have
these
any
kids?
questions? Come in, join.
Yeah, no, I'm wondering, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. When you guys are gonna be out of here?
Like 5
Well,
minutes.
yeah, in the next 5 minutes. Yeah, we're about to wrap
Sorry to
up.
interrupt.
Thank you. We'd like you to come in.
What do you
It
guys?
looked like
Yeah,
it.
that going.
Doctors.
Yeah,
What?
Mental health, resources,
we got
addiction.
Dr. Eugene Santillano, Dr. Tyree Robinson. You just missed Dr. Devin. He'll be right back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been live streaming. And
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we've been talking about addiction, education, housing. We've been all over actually. Now that we look at the board.
And
What's
now-
your name? You're a fellow Don?
Yeah.
Right.
I never consider myself, but yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I kind of asked that question, Dr. Robinson, because back in the days, kids, when they labeled ADHD, right? They would put
They still
the
doing
kids,
it. They still
they
doing
would put the kids on Ritalins,
They
you
still
know.
doing that?
They still do.
Oh, they have a tons more. They have a whole lot
Like
more
5 minutes.
medications
Yeah,
on there.
wow, because I know, like I said, this one cat, we got in a conversation about the cannabis or whatever, and he says, a lot of my clients are kids, that come in with ADHD and stuff like that. So how do you feel about, some of the kids? Do you think that is that the way that we should kind of handle? I know some of these kids can be
Well,
out of control.
I will say,
Violently.
for me personally, in my interactions with the children, I work with them. I form a relationship with them as to where I get to know them. And then as I form a relationship with them and their families and their communities, and some come from the same community I came from. So a lot of them I know because every situation is different.
Right.
I will say yes, historically, black and brown boys in particular are categorized with being either special education or severely emotionally disturbed, and they're prescribed medications, and they're put in special education, and they're separated. Do I think that there's a better way to handle that? Absolutely, but unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way always. Because I will say this, the school system, unfortunately, when we separate our children, black and brown children, and we put them in special ed, and we do things of that nature, and I did my master's thesis on a lot of separation and things of that nature, what happens is that when you have a stigma attached to your name, or you have a label, oh, he's special ed, or he in that special class, okay, he's this or he's that, and what usually happens at some point along the way is that male child will become discouraged, he will become tired of being teased, and then he will eventually drop out of school. When he drops out of school because he feels ostracized, not loved, not accepted, and things of that nature, where does he go to? He go to Raekwon and them out on the streets and say, come on in and sell some dope for me, or come to enjoy my gang. We gonna show you all the love. And then here we go with the prison pipeline. So systemic education is a systemically racist place that is in cahoots with the prison system as well to imprison and incarcerate our children. So that's one thing. Now, are there children who legitimately, I guess, have been to doctors and they do have mental health disorders? Yes, they do. And I believe the doctor, he can speak more to that, but are a lot of our students medicated when they shouldn't be, when there's probably trauma at home and drama and all of this other stuff?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think this is real.
I know
good.
y'all is having so much
Yeah,
fun. We having so much fun. This is episode 1, but I want to ask these two lovely people a question. How do you feel about like the addiction when it comes to the ages, 10 and 14,
Yeah.
and then like college kids?
Addiction to what?
Just like
Anything.
addiction to drugs, HTC,
Oh my
fentanyl.
God.
Is it a thing? First of all,
Yeah.
is it a thing, addiction in the young kids?
Yeah.
Or is it like mental health?
I mean, it commingles because people that struggle with mental health seek outlets and like cope, right? And so they're coping with drugs sometimes. Yeah, totally. I think it's like, I think the craziest thing that people maybe don't think about as addiction as much is not substances but social media, because that is the pipeline that you're talking about. Like, it's a whole system of oppression. So when they start addicted to social media, it makes sense to them. Oh, I can do this and it's okay. And they're addicted to food, and they're addicted to drugs, and they're addicted to something else, harder.
Do you think that drugs will make you do like some crazy wild effects, in particular HTC? THC. Sorry, I don't even do it. THC.
That's all right.
Makes you like crazy?
Crazy or do
Everyone's different. I
Yeah.
think that the problem that I'm hearing again is it's a loaded question, right?
Yeah.
You're
gotta
putting.
what was the
break down
question
the
for
big-
you because this is his area.
But
He
I
wants
do
know
want
more
to tell
so
you
for kids.
that
I don't
they've
think
been
so.
talking in
No,
pediatrics for a long time.
Yeah,
Even
my
exposure
church.
to television
Yeah.
before age 5
Oh, yeah.
puts you at risk. And how many of you know households that have a television that kids are watching before age 5?
I'm going home.
And then I want to hear his opinion
going
too.
home.
One last opinion. Addiction, anything, fentanyl, and kids.
Kids
So-
don't do
I'm so
it.
glad.
Don't do it. Yeah.
Is it a thing?
And then what
I
about,
would say so. Yeah, it's a thing.
what about like college students? Like,
Yeah.
well, this is stuff that, fellow college students are going through. Like, is this something that we have to feel, be aware of as well?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like there's a lot of addiction running through.
Brothers and sisters, I have to.
Thank you so much, guys.
Real quick, right here. Hold it. Actually, can you hold both? Hold both. So, as a thank you to our virtual audience, this is again Piercy Bastiani, SFA newspaper, SF NAACP Young Adult Committee Chair, Erica Moseley,
Your
moderator.
moderator, book me for your next event.
This has been What's Up Doc, a conversation with doctors of color. And during Black History Month, we are also a collaboration with USF Club, Young People in Recovery. So if you guys were interested, it's a graduate club, Young People in Recovery. It is also open to undergraduates, not sure which one, but we're open to both. And on the way out, we'll reintroduce our three special guests that have dedicated their time today. Dr. Devin Oten,
Yes.
Dr. Eugene Santillano, and Dr. Tyree Robinson. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for the
And
moderation.
Reverend Charles Gray, special guest.
Pastor in here, we got.
Pastor,
moderator.
we got a businessman, Adam
And then we got the
Berry.
students.
Two random students.
Go Dons.
So fun.
I hope you guys had fun. Come back next